I wasn't paying attention to 2 minutes. And welcome to another edition of the Live Drive at 5, brought to you by Homeway Furniture. We're here with our special guests, the Mark Templeton Band. Really excited for all those folks to be here, as well as Tim is not with us today, but he sends his best wishes. Wanted to tell everyone thank you so much for tuning in, and all of our folks here in the studio, as well as these special guests. So without further ado, the Mark Templeton Band, everyone. I know you folks are all going to really enjoy it.
Thank you so much. We are so glad to be here, and we have got to start off this day with one of our favorite old gospel songs that we do just about every weekend that we play. If you got your hymn books, it's on page 176. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Here we go.
Band. Outstanding tune here live on the Live Drive at 5, brought to you by Homeway Furniture. We'll hear a little bit more about Homeway Furniture at the quarter hour mark. But right now we're going to go back to Mark Templeton Band. What you got picked out for us?
Well,
next?
I'll tell you what, since we're up here kind of in a nostalgic studio, we thought we'd go back and do a song that Jim and I's dad used to sing all the time, and Lord knows Tony has played it, and Karen has sung it, and John has played it. So we'll kind of do an old nostalgic song that Lester and Earl and everybody else did.
Yes, sir.
Called I Wonder Where You Are Tonight. Here it is.
Tell the folks a little bit more about your group, Mark. The first time I got to see y'all live was at the Nunn Brothers Festival back in July, and you got an outstanding group. I think I've seen you with Pocket Change at one time before a while ago, but tell us a little bit more about the Mark Templeton Band.
Well, I'll tell you just a quick rundown of it. I've been playing. I just turned 63?
Yes, sir.
I just turned
Wow.
63 years
That's
old.
Jim, y'all the same age.
That's exactly right. We're the same age. And,
Yes, sir.
But I've been picking and singing since I was about 10 years old, so that's been a lot of years. And I've had actually a bluegrass band since 1989, the second time. The first time was back in the early 70s. But so I've been traveling and singing gospel music and bluegrass music, and I had a band named Mark Templeton and New Vision for a long time. We did all bluegrass gospel, and then I picked up two boys from a band named Pocket Change, and so it was Mark Templeton and Pocket Change, and we did bluegrass and bluegrass gospel and traveled all over the East Coast and up into Canada and all over the country basically. Hadn't gone to California yet. I'm a hillbilly, but not a Beverly hillbilly. But been traveling all over. We normally do anywhere from 40 to 50 dates a year. Just got back from Myrtle Beach week before last, right?
Yes, sir.
We were at Myrtle Beach week before last and doing a show down there. Ricky Skaggs, third time out, and all these folks. So we've had the privilege to play with so many of the bluegrass people, and we've just been blessed. And so just a couple years ago, the guy that had the Pocket Change thing, he passed away, and so we went back just to the Mark Templeton Band. And been blessed to have the folks, and I'll introduce them here just a little bit. And so we've been blessed and still out there picking and singing and enjoying ourselves. And we just shoot it from the hip when we get on stage. We just, 2014 we were ACMA Appalachian Music Entertainers of the Year. We've been nominated, I don't know how many times, at SPIGMA for Gospel Groups of the Year. I've been nominated as Banjo Player of the Year. All kind of things of doing that. We're going to be showcasing 2 times at IBMA this year.
Oh, wow.
And that's the first time in a long time that we've been a part of that. But since it's in Raleigh, it's close to us. So, and we're glad. I was so tickled when Tim asked us if we would come and do it. So we're glad to be here, right, guys?
Yes,
Everybody
we are.
right?
Amen. Yes, sir.
And the cake is excellent. I don't know if anybody's real close to the studio here, but you got to come get some of this cake.
I'll tell you what, Faye, you can't beat her cake. She's got 2 different kinds out there, and tea.
It is something.
Always fun times here at WPAQ. Well, what you gonna play for us
Well, I'll
next?
tell you what we'll do. We'll go back and pick up an old gospel tune that we do. And it's one that was done by, see the guy right there, Doyle Lawson on the wall right there, that Doyle and them did, called Help Is on the Way. Here it is, guys.
Mark Templeton Band, and you know what? We need to hear a word about our sponsor of today's program, and that is Homeway Furniture. We couldn't do it without them. The Live Drive at 5, brought to you monthly by Homeway Furniture in Mount Airy on West Lebanon Street, and we'll hear a word from those fine folks, and we'll be back with more music with you until 6 o'clock with the Mark Templeton Band on the Live Drive at 5. Great job. We'll see what I did to my phone here. Usually I have it pointed like the wrong way.
Mark's gunning
I'm
for
gunning
carrying.
for carrying
Yeah,
today.
you
right
gunning
here.
for carrying today, right there.
You see this?
Shout out to Tony
That was
Hensley.
tickling my hand.
Shout
right
out to
there.
Tony Hensley.
Shout out to me.
I didn't know what I thought this was
It
landed on my
is
hand.
I'm gunning for you today.
Beth Smith.
Beth! Oh my gosh, a singing songbird if I ever known one.
She's watching.
Beth and there she is watching. Hey Beth.
You see this thing right here?
Beth, she plays the bass, don't she?
Yeah, Dale plays the guitar. That's not
Wake you
guitar
up.
playing
To hit
right.
her,
All her
she
youngest
sticks me in
plays
the
it.
arm with hers.
Every time.
Oh, that's right, Beth. I was close enough to this. I didn't think about that.
Do you have it?
That's a sweet woman.
Okay, here we go. Thank you so much, Bob King, and it's a pleasure to be here with our friends, the Mark Templeton Band, for the Live Drive at 5, once again brought to you by Homeway Furniture. I do want to remind y'all that we are streaming live on Facebook as well as audio on our WPAQ website, WPAQ740.com, and you can watch the program live on Facebook or watch it even clearer and better on our YouTube channel at WPAQ Radio. And so you can Google any of those things, or there are links on our website. And we're excited to have the Mark Templeton Band with us today, and outstanding musicians and vocalists. And I am not sure, I meant to ask you this before, I'd love to know where everybody's from. So, if you don't mind.
Well, I tell you what, we'll start introducing everybody, and as we introduce the folks, they'll come and do a song for us. Would that be okay?
That is wonderful.
Okay, well, the first guy I want to introduce is the guitar player. Now, when I first met him, when they asked for him to come for rehearsal, I said, well, what's his name? They said, Jim Eames. I said, Jim Eames? I said, he's dead. They said, not this one.
Oh, good.
And so,
Thank God.
so he's the living Jim Eames. And Jim, it's ironic, Jim was born the same year that I was, born on the same day that I was.
Wow.
But I was born 21 minutes before him, so I'm his elder.
Wow.
And, he lives up in Eden, North Carolina. That's where he's from. And he's going to come and do a song. He kind of takes us over to the Bob Dylan side of the group. And he does some, matter of fact, he's got his Crosby, Steele, and Nash shirt on right now. Anyway, we're going to get him to come one call and do one called The Easy Chair that he taught us how to sing. You ready, Bob?
I'm ready, bro.
And maybe Bob Dylan might even show up here in the studio. Wouldn't that be ironic?
I think I feel it.
I feel all right. Called The Easy Chair. Ready?
Rain so swift, the clouds fall thick. Can't compose, rail is broke. Get your mind on the winter time.
Thank you, Bob Dylan.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I didn't know he was coming.
He just showed up. It's
Showed
hard to
up.
tell what comes on in this studio.
Right.
That'll cost you an extra piece of cake.
Yeah, extra piece of cake on that. Yeah, we thank you so much. You know, I think what I'll do is I'll introduce the bass player next.
Oh, yeah.
John, you come on up here beside me. We're going to do something just like them guys right there. Is that Flat and Scruggs right there? Looks like them to me. John back here is an award-winning bass player. He's won every award that you possibly could. Come on up here where I can see you and hear you. And I thought what I'd do today is, first of all, I'll ask the guys real quick. Jim, you come back and tell us. Everybody wants to know what kind of instruments we play. So, Jim, tell them real quickly about this guitar, and then we'll go from there. But just tell them.
Well, I recently acquired this. This is a brand new 2019. Well, it's got a few miles on it.
Right.
It's a Gibson J45 Special. I bought it at the Guitar Center. It's a Sunburst walnut version. And the weird thing about it, it's got a flower like the mandolin inlay on the peg head. So I'm really glad and really proud to have this guitar and feel really blessed to have it.
It's a beautiful guitar. This is only like the third or fourth time that he's played it great. John over here, he plays an old upright bass, and people, he is a fanatic when it comes to bass. Now, John, step here at his mic and tell him what this particular bass is, just real quick.
Well, Jim, I just acquired this one. 1952K Swingmaster. And I used to play this bass when I was a kid, when I grew up, and it's got a lot of sentimental to me. And the family called me after the guy passed, and ended up getting to get it back.
And how old was you when you played this, John?
When I was about 10 years old.
And how old are you now?
46.
46, so
I'm glad to have it back, and it's one of the best basses I believe I've ever played.
it really is. It's a great bass, and he's got a bunch of them. But I tell you what I want him and I to do today. We want to do a Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs song that actually John had Jake teach him how to play this. And when Jake and all of them used to come to John and them's house. But we're going to do it. I'm going to play the banjo. Lord knows it ain't nowhere near like Earl, but you play it great. And it's called Little Darling Pal of Mine. And the bass player's name is John Fogelman, and he lives over around Snow Camp, North Carolina. But anyway, it's just him and I on the banjo and the guitar, called Little Darling Pal of Mine. You definitely got to get him a towel. That's no doubt about it. The guy playing the dobro, everywhere that we go, he's just funny. It's amazing how the folks gravitate to him. I don't know what it is, don't they, Jim?
Yes, sir.
I mean, people. He will talk to everybody.
He's a nut.
But he is a nut. He really is. But he is a great dobro player and a great singer too. And he's a blessing every time he goes out. And he lives in a place called
Ossipee.
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 Ossipee. I can never remember.
Where in the world is that?
Where's
Elon Burlington.
Okay.
Elon College, right?
Yep.
But it's Wpaq.
Ossipee.
Wpaq. I can't say it. But he is a great dobro player, and his name is Tony Hensley. Now, Tony, I'm going to put you on the spot. I just want you, we just got a couple minutes. I want you to play my favorite dobro song of all, called The Great Speckled Bird. And I'll sing one verse to get you into it, and then you can come into it. Everywhere we go, they always want to hear this song, especially on dobro. Roy Acuff did it. We'll try our version. Just a little quick version. What a beautiful thought I am thinking concerning the pretty speckled bird, and remember her name is recorded on the pages of God's holy word. All right, Tony. One more time, Tony. That's it.
Oh, mighty fine
Duh.
picking, singing from the Mark Templeton Band, and that's a new place that I've never heard tell of in the state of North Carolina.
I hadn't
Ossipee?
either.
I've done forgot it.
I've been to it.
Ossipee.
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 Oh, okay. That's even stranger. But anyways, right now we need to hear a word from our sponsor of today's program, Homeway Furniture. A big shout out to Travis Key and all the fine folks down at Homeway Furniture. I'm sure they're listening in. And right now we're hear a word about their fantastic business that brings you the live drive at 5 each and every month.
Ossipee.
Ossipee, I have never heard of
It's
that.
actually called Altima Hall, Ossipee. That's
All right,
the
there's
area.
two very small towns
Yeah.
right there together
Here we
on
go.
two sides of the river. One's the Hall River, one's Reedy Ford. I don't live in Ossipee, and I don't live in Alcohol. I live up on the river.
What do they call that?
Nothing. The old folks around there, when I tell them where I live, they say, "Oh, you from up between the rivers?" I say, "Yes, sir."
Oh,
So
well, that's pretty
I'm out in the middle of
pretty good ways off, ain't it?
Ain't too bad.
Okay,
You throw a rock and get Elon College.
okay,
It's about 10 miles north of here,
okay.
out the country.
I used to correct people and tell them I was from Spray.
Oh,
Call them Charlie.
wow, it is. Thank you so much, Bob King, king of the airwaves, and he's with you all night tonight, bringing you the Bears Radio Network coming your way at 7 o'clock. So be sure and stay tuned for that as the Bears travel to Elkin, North Carolina to take on the Bucking Elks. That's coming up at 7 o'clock. And right now, back to more great music. Special guest, the Mark Templeton Band.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, and what's the name of the furniture place?
Homeway Furniture.
Homeway Furniture. Is that here in Mount Airy?
Yes, sir. It
Okay,
is.
great. Homeway Furniture. It's been around a long time. hasn't
Yes, they have.
it? I believe probably I sold maybe them some furniture at one time. Used to be in the furniture business over in High Point, and I believe I remember that name, so they've been around a long time. I know y'all appreciate that.
We surely
And
do.
Tim Fry, so he's not here tonight.
He is down in Hoboken, Georgia. I suspect they made it there safe because they're playing tonight.
They're playing in Hoboken, Georgia. I know exactly where they're playing. I have played at that place where they're playing before. That's a long ways down there. It's almost to Florida.
Well,
It's almost to Florida. It sure is. Well, good. Well, you know, when I saw him at Nunn Brothers, it wasn't but just about 37% of him. He's lost so much weight
I
that
know,
I didn't
I
hardly
know.
recognize him. So if he's listening, which he probably ain't, I hope he's getting tuned up, ready to go on stage down there. But he's been an old dear friend, and so we're glad that you guys let us come, and everybody's been looking forward. Now I got to introduce the lady right there, the love of my life. She's so special to me. She's sung all over the country. She sings, she plays the dobro, she plays the mandolin. But she's just an all-around, I wanted to say, perfect young lady. And she sings pretty. And this is a song that I wrote just for her. And nobody sings it like her because they ain't learned it yet. But they could never sing it like you because this is your song. Would y'all make welcome the lovely Miss Karen Webb here to the radio station today. And we'll do a song called Karen's Song. Y'all ready? 3, 4.
Do I get to tell about my instrument?
You can tell about your
Okay. I'm chopping on a mandolin, and it's a revival. And Mark gave it to me a few months ago, and her name is Lenora, and she is pretty natural wood grain, and I really love her, and I appreciate Mark giving it to me.
Well, thank you so much. Hey, Tony, you want to tell about your dobro? Right here.
It's a hollered out
Piece of wood.
hickory stump, and I got a 52 Buick Roadmaster hubcap on this thing,
Right.
resonator. Now, what it is, it's an earlier model, one of the first ones that Paul Beard built, and it's awful special to me. It's had a little work done on it. It's R-body Beard, and her name is Sweet Annie.
Sweet Annie. That's right. It better be Sweet Annie because that's your wife's name.
I know it.
Hey, you know, we'd like to go back and do a song, again, thinking about old country music, and Lord knows I look back at all these albums back here and how much country music has been played here in this studio. And I think of a show that we never forgot. We never missed it. It was the Porter Wagner Show, okay? We never missed it. Well, I called my daddy one time and I said, Daddy, I want you to teach me some Porter Wagner. He said, I don't know no Porter Wagner songs. I said, well, you watched it every week? He said, no. I said, I never watched Porter. I said, yeah, I was right there. He said, no, sir. Y'all watch Porter Wagner. I watch Dolly. But I'm not Porter Wagner.
And I'm surely not Dolly Parton.
But we want to do a #1 song for Dolly and Porter called Daddy Was an Old Time Preacher Man. Here we go. Thank you so much. You know, I love looking at the clock because it tells us at quarter till, we're gonna do another commercial break.
That's right.
And that's a cool thing, because I can watch those seconds. I know whether to speed up or slow down. And, you want to say something about me real quick? Just,
Ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman's been doing all the talking earlier on, told you how long he'd been in the music business, about 45 years. He's done Southern gospel, bluegrass, and country. He's played on about every festival on the Eastern Shore, and he's also emceed pretty much all of those also, from the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, and he plays the banjo, by the way, and he can tell you about that, from the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, Mr. Mark Templeton.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, this is a banjo that I built. I'm talking to y'all out there. Maybe I am right there.
You are.
So you are
I
radio.
can see it.
But this is a banjo that I built 25 years ago, maybe.
That's banjo for you people out there
Right.
that don't know what banjo
Regular
is.
folks.
It's a banjo, and to be honest with you, I had no idea when I put it out of the case a while ago, the strings are rusted. But anyway, we just got a couple minutes, and we're going to take you in, and this is a prime thing. We're going to go to sleep on this song.
Uh-oh.
So you watch it, and when you see us go to sleep, you can break right in, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. And this is one that we did first time last week, called Dream, Dream, Dream. 1, 2, 3.
The Mark Templeton Band, everyone, outstanding group here in the studio for the Live Drive at 5, brought to you by Homeway Furniture. And we'll hear from our old buddies down at Homeway Furniture. Here's Kelly and Tim to tell you more.
That's the perfect way to do it, ain't it?
That was wonderful. Where are you from in Virginia?
A little place called Buena Vista, but we live in Pinhook,
Okay.
which is next to.
Close to Smith Mountain.
Is that where you live now?
Mhm.
Is that where are you from?
Franklin County,
Oh.
Virginia.
Oh, 5 Mile Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Triple Creek.
Yeah. There's a lot of good musicians from over that way.
That's what.
Oh, that's only time number 2.
That's what. What's his name? Used to
Dropping the
call
phone.
musicians. Remember? Musicians, remember? I love that.
I'm going to have to give y'all a new location over here where there's a phone charger, so I'm sorry people on Facebook Live.
maybe we'll get that wave on.
So you're getting a lot of comments on it?
Thank you so much, Bob King, and I hope Ricky is not bothering you in there, my son. Of course, he's moved on from eating cake. Every time I turned around a few minutes ago, he had another piece of cake. But now he's back in the control room.
Oh, is that your son there?
That's one of them, yeah.
He loves that cake.
He loves cake.
You've embarrassed him over there.
Oh, no, probably not. But anyways, we got time for 7 more tunes. I played for us up until 6 o'clock. We're really enjoying it. Thank you so much to all the folks listening on Facebook and watching on Facebook rather and on our YouTube channel. And you can watch it later if you want to tune back in another time. So what you got picked out for us next, Mark?
I think we'll do a song written by a really good friend of mine. Used to be with the Statler Brothers for years, Jimmy Fortune. And Jimmy has gone out on his own and is doing great. But he wrote so many great songs for the Statler Brothers, and this is one of my favorites. And for all the veterans out there, More Than a Name on the Wall. Thank you so much. I tell you what, that was going. You know, I was thinking, us being this close up, kind of this part of Virginia, how Ralph Stanley was such a great picker, and his legacy just goes on and on and on. And Jim, I want you to come and do one. I emailed Jim several weeks ago when we were going to a church to sing, and I said, I need a gospel song from you in the morning. He said, okay, I'll get it. And so he comes, And
First thing he did was call me.
yeah, the person, Jim, and then Jim called Tony. What do I do? So I don't know, but I'm going to do it two-finger style, kind of like Ralph Stanley did. You get over here in the middle there. Hope that don't bother the sound. But anyway, well, we're going to do one called "I Am a Man, Thomas, I Am a Man." Now, Jim said this. He said he went to see Bob Dylan one time, and he come on with this song.
Yes, he did. Started out with.
So Bob Dylan did do this.
Yes, he did.
So we right in there for it. Said, "I am the man, Thomas, I am the man." Ready? That kind of like nostalgic right there. Look at that RCA old microphone here
Great.
at PAQ.
Wonderful.
Lord, I don't know how
Praise
many
God for
times this microphone's been photographed. Is that the same mic in Doyle Lawson, them right there?
It is, and I think they actually took it to the recording studio to make part of Radio Jim's with that microphone,
Did
I
they?
believe. I hope I'm not telling that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they took it in the studio with them.
They possibly could, because I know that when I see it on the internet so many times, I see this this microphone right here, and so many people they photograph it. Well, I know our time is kind of come and gone, and we've had a great time, and thank y'all. Thank y'all so very much.
Thank you so much. Outstanding program.
I know that people that are listening out there, we go to, of course, bluegrass festivals and play festivals throughout the eastern United States, and we go to a lot of churches. And so if you got a church out there and you'd like to have some bluegrass gospel, and for us to come and do a homecoming or a fifth Sunday night sing, or just a concert, a hot dog supper,
Ice cream social.
Brunswick stew. Yeah, the guys are really excited because we just booked an ice cream social, so we're excited. But anyway, you can look us up. Of course, just Google Mark Templeton Bluegrass and it'll come up. I've had a website since 1987, so it's out on Google and everything. Of course, so many things on YouTube, and we'll add this one more thing to it. So anyway, we thank y'all so much, and you can go in there and look, and we'd love to come. People ask all the time, will you charge a church? Well, we don't charge a church. We don't. If you want to take a love offering, that's fine. We put ourselves out there. We do. And the guys and the lady, we just go and we play and sing, and God always takes care of us. So anyway, if you got a church, something, we'd love to come. You got a festival, we'd love to come to that and play for you. Any kind of thing at all, we'd love to come and do it. So thank y'all so much. We want to do one more song for you, and we'll be done. We salute the veterans. 9/11's getting ready to come up right now, and we want to do this song in remembrance of 9/11 and, of course, of all the veterans. It's a song that Karen and I kind of put our twist on an old song, and we hope that you like it. God bless you from Mr. Jim Eanes, the living Jim Eanes, Karen Webb, Tony Hensley, and Big John Fogelman back here. Thank y'all so much for listening, and we'll end with this one. And God bless y'all. It says, wave on, old glory, wave on. It was Betsy Ross who made you, Captain Driver saved you, submarines raised you on the Iwo Jima Gale. They were torn in the battle as the guns and sabers rattled, but you survived the flag and you always will. Wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, oh glory, wave on. Adversity, attacks upon our liberty. I just swear I will they belong. Wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, oh glory, wave on. Old road with Teddy Roosevelt at Pearl Harbor when bombs fell. Followed all their troops on the beach and on the day. You came crashing down the towers. Darkest hours, but you rose again to fly, no, you always will. Wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, oh glory, wave on. In the face of all adversity, attacks upon our liberty, for I just swear our loyalty belongs. Wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on. Wave on, oh glory, wave on. Wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, oh glory, wave on. In the face of all adversity, attacks upon our liberty, I just swear our loyalty belongs. Wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, wave on, oh glory, wave on. Thank y'all so much. God bless you, and God bless America.
All right, outstanding job from the Mark Templeton Band. Great music today on the Live Drive at 5, brought to you by Homeway Furniture. Just a shout out to some of the folks watching on Facebook. Beth Smith's tuning in, Gary Dollahigh, Stephen from down in Kannapolis, H.L. Hennis, Ben Cook, Francis Zellenbach, Anna Hensley. Is that right? You? Merle Williams and Marcia Todd and Doug Rohr. Thank y'all so much. I know everyone enjoyed it out there. And once again, the folks in the studio, Bob King and Ricky's in there, and I don't know who all. I don't know what all. But anyways, Tim Fry will be back with you next time for the Live Drive at 5. October edition. I can't believe that, the October edition. So stay tuned for more information for who will be with us on that day. But until then, thank you so much, Bob King. Stay tuned, everybody. Sundown Serenade's coming up next. Y'all were great.